Welcome to the Wake.Show. As everybody knows, a show needs an intro. This is that intro. Welcome to the Wake.Show. No verses today.
No verses. I was waiting.
Well, all right. Fisher with the setups. Sam with the punch. We bring in chords. I'm not really sure why we brought in chords. Sam, what are you doing to me today? What are you doing to us today?
We're going to have a spelling bee.
What the? Where does this spelling? Why all of a sudden? Where does this come from?
Just me. Thinking it's funny.
I will say this. Welcome to the Wake.Show, everybody. Good morning. My name is Chris Fisher, along with Sam Miller, and Cords Owen has stopped by today. How you doing, Cords?
I'm doing great.
All right. We'll come to you here in a second because I want to find out how she suckered you into this, too.
Oh, I have a buzzing in my earphones.
A buzzing, do you?
Why?
Oh, I have a buzzing in mine, too. Well, as long as you guys can't hear the buzzing,
Then that's fine. All right.
then I think we're fine there. But yeah, that is interesting.
A buzz.
All of us, yeah, all of it. I
Like
don't
an
know.
earworm?
Yeah, I think it's like a loose ground buzz. Hold on, let me turn down the mics and see if it's
Can I turn this off?
There's a loose ground with that. I've never noticed that before though.
That's weird.
Yeah, it comes when I. All right, hold on, let me see. Oh, I see. We'll do that. Oh yes, we're good. All right.
Perfect.
So, welcome to the Wake.Show. Good morning, Alan, Eric, Farmer Bill. Good to see you again. Doug, how are you, childhood friend? Donnie, Mel, Alan, Maribel. It's clear on. All right, so Maribel, my cousin, says it's clear. And so, welcome, friends, family, and friends on Facebook to the Wake.Show. This is a show Monday through Friday, 11:11 to 12:12 in theory. And we talk about, what's going on in the news of the day or the week. Obviously, whatever's in Sam's stuck in her craw. So we're going to be doing a spelling bee today.
Correct.
It's not even like spelling bee season or anything. All right, we'll
It
come
is now.
We'll come back to this here in a second. I want to because I'm perplexed. I just want to know how this came to be. Yeah. So what we do. What we try to do is talk about the stuff of the day without getting too worked up, which I think is kind of hilarious considering it's me. And I think I don't know that I can without getting worked up, but I do my best. And I try not to get too pointed with things. And then remember at the end, there's very little control that you and I have over anything that's happening in the world. We can only deal with our own stuff and have a great weekend. Nice and chilly here in the Bay Area. Now, Sam.
Yes.
Where did this spelling bee thing come from? Did you see the commercials for that Neil Patrick Harris? There's a new show out. I don't think it's out yet or coming out.
No, I didn't, but you said that.
It's like a smarter than a fifth grader kind of a thing. It's called Genius Junior.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to do spelling bee stuff, geology, no.
I've seen it.
Geography.
Like some country missing in Africa.
Yeah,
And she was like, which country is missing? And the kid nailed some weird country.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, so they showed a map. That was one of the promos that I saw too. They showed the map of Africa, and it's all colored in except for one little tiny spot. And he goes, all right, what's that country that's missing there? Yeah, and the kids nailed it. So that's not what inspired this.
No, this is just me thinking that this would be a good idea because I'm interested. And I also found a list of spelling words. This is from 6th grade level.
6th grade? What?
But these look really difficult.
Okay.
So,
To 3rd grade?
no, we're going to do 6th grade. We got this. You got this.
Did you just want to make Cords and I look stupid? Is that what it is? How come you didn't put yourself in the hot seat and bring some people in to challenge you?
Because it was my idea.
I do like the way she thinks, Cords. I hate that I like the way she thinks. But are you ready for this, Cords?
I'm ready.
All right, so
what are we
think
doing? How's this game going
first
down?
Of all,
yeah, go ahead.
I want to explain. I grew up thinking that the word water, had an R in it until I was in high school.
Like
I couldn't spell water.
WARTER?
Because
water?
It does have an
in
R in
Georgia,
it.
we say,
Two R.
can I have some water?
Water.
Water.
Right.
And so, I'm just telling you, I am the world's worst speller.
Okay.
And I have the handwriting to match.
And I'm a product of the Florida public school system. No offense to any teachers that were teaching in the 80s, but I mean, So Is this a race? Is this going to be a race to the bottom? Because if I'm putting money on anybody, I'm putting money on Cords, not me.
So what I think I'm going to do, since we don't have like buzzers, is I'm going to give you each, like we'll alternate, and I'll give you, this is all from one list, so it's going to be pretty fair since it's all just a 6th grade spelling list, and then we'll see who can get the most points. I'll probably do like 5 each or something. Unless you want to do the same word and just call it out, it's up to you.
No, I don't think we call it out.
Okay.
It
All
has
right.
to be.
We'll go
All
back
right,
and
then
forth,
we'll do-
back and
we'll do-
forth.
It has to be.
That's fine. All right.
All right. Who's going first then?
I'll go.
Whoever wants
All right,
to go.
cool.
All right.
Serve it up, Sam.
All right. So, Cords, your word is croissant.
Oh my gosh.
Croissant, from the French word, like meaning
A rich, buttery,
crescent-shaped
crescent-shaped roll.
roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I know what it is. I know it's pronounced croissant in French, so it's Croisant.
Wrong.
2 S's?
2 S's.
Oh.
Croissant.
Oh,
Close,
right out
though.
the box. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Ready, Chris?
Next, yes. Dog.
Dog. Your word is boutique.
Boutique.
A small
not-
shop within a larger store.
Oh, I thought boutique is one of those things the bride tosses at the wedding.
It's a bouquet.
Boutique. Boutique. I'm going to go with Boutique. Boutique.
Correct.
Look at that. I hate the look that I just gave Cords. I just looked at him like he was on the other side, like I was the offensive lineman and he was trying to get my quarterback. All right.
All right. Cords, your word is hysterical.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. HYSTIC.
You want me to give you like a pen and pad so you can write it down?
No.
So
No, that's not how it works.
You can't- you're not allowed to do that?
Like from hysteria. HYSTICAL. Hysterical.
Wrong.
Yep. Perfect. Have a perfect track record.
It's all right. HYSTERICAL.
Perfect.
All right.
Back to me. This is a chance for me to go up 2-0. Come on, brain. Come on.
All right, let me scan.
Please don't give me guard. Please don't give me guard.
Let's see here.
What do you mean, let's see here? You have a list. Now you're trying to find hard. Just go
Well,
down.
I'm trying to make it fair because some of these words are very easy. So like cat's on here. I'm not trying to give you cat.
Okay. What about feline? Feline would be nice.
All right, I have a word for you.
Okay.
Your word is inferior.
Inferior. Inferior. INFERIOR. Inferior.
Correct.
Thank you. Thank you for rooting for me.
I'm going to see if I can go 0 for 3 here.
You can do it, Cords.
All right, Cords. Your
We're like
word.
Nicole versus the streets here. And I'm Nicole. I have like a learning disability when it comes to spelling. So you're
Yeah,
making
but you're
fun of a
also
retarded
very
kid right
intelligent,
here.
so that doesn't necessarily speak to it. All right, Cords. Your word is mozzarella, like the cheese.
Oh, jeez.
So again, I know what it is. I know how to eat it. I know how to use it. So I don't think there's any T's in there, right? It's just MOZZERELLA.
Oh, you're so close, but wrong.
0 for
One
3.
Z?
Perfection. Keep
No,
the
there
streak
is
alive.
2 Z's, so
Okay.
it's MOZZARELLA.
I feel like I'm the Indianapolis Colts going for a winless season.
It's all right. All right, you have 2 more to redeem yourself, so you're fine.
All right.
All right, ready, Chris?
Yes.
Your word is.
By the way, I wouldn't have gotten mozzarella either.
That's kind of a hard one. I got you. Obnoxious.
Obnoxious. Obnoxious. OBNOXIOUS. Obnoxious.
Correct.
Whew. Man, maybe I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. Sorry. Wait, hold on. I feel like that was
You're
an
gonna get
easier
your
one than
show
mozzarella.
taken away.
Let's talk about this show after this.
Yeah, please no. I can't take it.
All right, Corey.
My anxiety's peaking.
You have 2 more words. You can redeem yourself. You got this. All right. Your word is paralysis.
Is that like so? Like if I use it in a sentence, would it be like I am feeling paralysis, like a heavy dose of paralysis, as I try to spell the word paralysis.
Yes, that would that would be a proper use of it. Yes.
I almost feel like the other person should get a chance to like steal or spell.
Maybe we change the format where we pick from the list, but we get to give each other like the words like we want.
Yeah.
But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm the world's worst speller, and I'm here to prove it.
All right, paralysis. So there we go, Cords.
So paralysis. So I can see the Latin part. So para. So P-A-R-A. So P-A-R-A-L-A-S-O-U-S. Paralysis.
Wrong. You got one more, Cords. P-A-R-A-L-Y-S-I-S.
What is it again? P-R-A-L?
P-A-R-A-L-Y-S-I-S.
Okay. All right. Next up for me?
Yes, next up for you.
Maybe Cords should, clear the word for me.
No.
So we don't feel like I'm getting like an easy one or anything.
We're good.
I'm trying to be fair.
All right.
Is it seeming like it's too one-sided?
Well, that was my first non-foreign word.
No. Oh, I guess you're right. Okay.
But I guess it's also
this is just
Latin,
a long
but
list.
whatever.
All right. You're next.
All right, here. Okay. Your word is scenario.
Scenario.
Yeah, scenario.
Yeah.
My first, the way she said it sounded foreign.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. Scenario.
Because you're fancy, that's why.
Yep.
Scenario is S-C-E-N-A-R-I-O. Scenario.
Correct.
Woo. You're here to prove you're the world's worst speller, and I thought I was going to take you down.
You're definitely correct.
But no, I mean, I thought I was the world's worst speller, and so thank you very much. You're helping me build my little redneck confidence a little bit.
Yes. Well, good. That's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to build your confidence.
All right, Cords. Your word is, your word is tongue.
So, T-O-U-N-G. No, that's totally wrong, I'm sure.
Wrong. It is T-O-N-G-U-E.
Yeah. Tongue. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you doing this on purpose? Like, are you doing this on purpose? Are you flopping just to build my confidence? Is that what you're doing?
I swear to God. Like that's even, these are words like scenario is a word I misspell all the time. Like in emails and things like that.
So if you would have gotten scenario, you would have knocked it out of the park.
I would have misspelled it again.
Oh.
No, like I seriously cannot spell. There's like a hole in my brain when it comes to spelling.
I'm with you. Except that I'm getting lucky today, I think.
Well, never mind.
Well, what?
You can pronounce words correctly. Like I'm from the South. I mean, like once you get below Gainesville,
that's
you're in the North again.
Right.
So I'm from the South, and I've spent the last 18 years of my life since I moved to Tampa trying to pronounce things correctly.
Do you know, it's funny you say that because when I was young, like 12, 13, and maybe it's when I first started to announce football games, for the Pop Warner, just filling in, sitting there as a kid. Yeah. But something came over me that if I wanted to be successful or something, that I was going to have to drop this way, the way that I spoke. And if you speak to my brother Jason has that, and I don't mean any disrespect to my brother Jason, but a little bit more of that traditional. I probably shouldn't call it lazy mouth, but you know what I mean? Because there's a difference between the drawl that you came from in Georgia, that southern drawl, versus that just a redneck don't open his mouth when he talks.
Yeah, that's hayseed.
Is that what it is, hayseed? Okay, yeah. So my brother's a little bit more hayseed, and I was hayseed too. But somewhere
when I go back and watch old VHS videos of me and my brother running around playing with our laser tag and stuff like that, I mean, it's unbelievable. I cannot believe it. Even after trying to say words correctly for the last 2 decades, it's unbelievable to just listen to myself as a kid. I was just like, holy moly.
Very hayseed.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so where are we on words?
I think it's 4-0 versus 0-4 or 0-5.
Yeah, you just had your fifth one. You have one more.
All right, so now it's time for me to go perfect.
All right, ready? So your word is synonym.
No way in hell. There is no way in hell. Synonym.
Someone said the audio is bad right now.
It is that microphone over there.
Okay.
Oh, are we peaking? Or is that what it is?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Check. We might be. All right. So synonym. CINNIN. Synonym. AM. CINN. CINNINAM. Yeah, that's it.
Wrong. I think
you
started spelling cinnamon also kind of,
Oh!
I think.
I didn't even hear the right word.
Synonym. You could try it again because I think that is what you were trying to spell just now.
I was trying to spell synonym. Wait, cinnamon.
Synonym. Oh my gosh. Now I can't even say it. Not the spice. The
Synonym.
the word.
Synonym. Okay. Synonym.
A word having nearly the same meaning as another.
Right. Synonym. That's SYN. OM. Synonym. Wait. Synonym.
I need a final answer, Chris.
Synonym. SYNONYM.
Correct.
Wow.
But let me point out that you did spell cinnamon wrong when you tried to spell it.
From my wife. Ha 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 ha. Oh, well, yeah, maybe you did get the worst speller award for that.
But that's also not a testament to like how intelligent you are.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
The testament to how intelligent you are is, all of this stuff here at Bake More Pies.
Yeah. And that's why we have autocorrect.
So do you regret coming up here and following Sam up the stairs today?
No, I think it's important to practice doing things you're uncomfortable doing on camera.
I agree, man. I really do. I think that is very important.
Is it smart?
Well, I just like the way you think because I feel the same way, and we try to stay in our comfort zone too much, and you can't there's no growth there. You stay stagnant, and what's one of the things I appreciate about you is you. You're the top dog. A person in your position so many times wants to make sure that every little aspect of their image, of their company, of their everything they've got control of. But you have a little bit more of all right, I'm going to let it get out there. And I know if I need to step in and take control of the situation, I can step in to take control of the situation. But that is very admirable.
Thank you very much, Chris.
It is.
Trying to cushion the blow.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about embarrassing your boss, Sam?
That wasn't the goal. And I don't think he's like embarrassed.
All right.
I'm slightly embarrassed.
Sorry, Gords.
He put up a goose egg. Sam.
We could keep going. I'm sure that everybody's like feeling the pain right now.
All right. Keep going until he gets a word right, okay?
Okay.
Next.
All right. Let's see. Because some of these words are actually ridiculous for a 6th grade. I'm not giving you some of these because I wouldn't.
Like what? What's a word you don't want to give him?
There was just one that was so weird. Schizophrenia is a 6th grade word.
These days.
You just said
sanctimonious
ridiculous,
is a 6th grade word.
Ridiculous in my own mind, and I get past the D, and it stresses me out so much that I can't see the rest of them. I can't actually visualize the letters in my head.
It's like RID.
CIO, whatever. I can't even place the word.
So sanctimonious, you don't want to. All right.
I can give you the ones that look really weird, and we could just see if you can guess them, or if you'd rather me just keep going with kind of average words.
I would say average words.
Okay.
I want to give my boy a win before he walks out of here.
No, fair enough. All right. It's Cords' turn, right?
Just keep giving him the words until he gets one right.
Until he gets one.
I think we're letting the short kid keep getting closer to the basket right now until he gets a basket.
All right. Pretty soon
you can do it.
You can climb up on my shoulders and
right?
just slam it down.
Exactly.
All right. So Cords, your word is let's do monocle.
All right. So MONOCLE.
Correct.
All right. There you go. Monocle. Well done. How do you feel about that?
It feels good. It feels good. You come into a situation like this and you're faced with, adversity, and they keep coming at you. And you just have to stay in the game. You
just got to put your monocle on.
You have to stay in the game. And
would you like to thank your parents or anybody at this time?
Yeah. Well, it's the coaches. I think the coaches for putting in a good game plan. We knew we were going up against different competition with the professional communicator and everything, but I mean, it's just stick-to-itiveness. I think I've been inspired by, those who've come before me in all of the spelling bees and seeing them work through those challenges. And
all right, well, spell stick-to-itiveness.
No.
Thank you very much, Cords Owen, for stopping by the Wake.Show today, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome anytime. And thank you, Sam, for that great start to a show today. It was really cool because, I was having a little bout with anxiety this morning. It wasn't easy getting going. And then once that kind of happens, things can just go to different places in your head, And so driving in here, I'm not in the best frame of mind. But what you did with that was you just shook all the crap right out of my head. It was a moment of, hey, buddy, it's Friday. Don't take things too seriously. Don't get trapped in your own head. Let's have a little bit of fun. Thank you for that confidence builder.
Of course.
For me, anyway. I don't know how Cords feels about it, but thank you.
Cords is going to have to have a talk with me after this.
Good morning, Mom. How are you?
These words are really hard, some of these. I wouldn't be able to spell kaleidoscope. I don't know.
Kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope.
I'm not sure if I could.
Kal?
Mm-hmm.
I-E.
That's where it would have hit me too. It's E-I. But I would have spelled it the way that you did. It's stuff like that where they're so like close together and in your head you can just switch them.
How important is spelling these days? How important
I mean,
is it?
a lot of the work done nowadays is on a computer that does have autocorrect. So someone like Cords, it's not much of a handicap anymore.
No, it's not at all. I mean, we grew up learning to memorize words and having spelling quizzes and stuff like that. I'm sure there's still an amount of that. But you're right, Farmer Bill. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about that. We'll come back to that one. But spelling is not that important. When it comes to communicating, this is the way I look at it, because he made a joke that I'm a professional orator or oralist. What did he say? I
don't know.
And so maybe it's easy for me to say, as somebody who has, been learning how to communicate in mass for over a quarter of a century. But I do not hold people's feet to the fire when it comes to their grammar, their spelling. If I can figure out what you're saying, if I get it, I get it what you're saying, and it comes out all the wrong way, I do not care. I am not going to be one of those people. But there's so many of those grammar Nazis and people that all of a sudden just get really, I don't know, high and mighty really quickly when it comes to certain things and words you use and whatnot. But here's the thing too, because I've analyzed it a little bit. I've sat down, smoked a little weed, and thought about it, and I think a lot of this does go back to those formidable years of our development, and you have those teachers and parents, or that are sticklers. You're getting that stuff right, or you're getting shamed, you're getting F's, you're getting in this. So there's this thing that starts to happen early on in our development. So later on in life, those little things like using the wrong your or there, or those kinds of things will just set it pings basically an OCD part of you, and so you don't like that anxiety that comes along with it. It's deep rooted, and you just take it out on the person on the internet or your friend in front of you. So I'm guilty of being a grammar Nazi. Where do you think it comes from, Maribel? Where do you think that comes from? The urge, because I know that it builds in you. It's not like you're just being a jerk to be a jerk, or correcting somebody because you think it's going to help. It's something that bothers the shit out of you in that moment when you see that, and you feel like you have to correct that. So where do you think that comes from? Do you like my little theory that it goes back to as grammar school and the
your thing kind of does bother me, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but
that's the only one I feel like, because it's just. And it's so small, and it's such an easy mistake to make. So it's not something where I ever correct someone, but in my head, it does bother me when I see people use the wrong form of your.
Okay. All right. So,
but I'm not sure why.
It can bother me too. That's not my I guess the line there is when you act on that. For me, in that moment when it bothers me to see that happen, that misspelling, or the wrong word, the wrong your, whatever. There is that urge for me to correct it too, but then I stop in that moment and go, well, that's interesting. Why? I mean, I know what they're saying. I know the person. They're very intelligent, and this is just one of those things. Who really care? Why is it annoying? Why is it bothering me so much? So what I do that's when I turn things on to me inside here and go, okay, let me break this down a little bit. Let me see if I can breathe under this and get some clarity in this moment. But there's others that just, no, man, it bothers me, and I'm taking that out on you right now. It's very common in us primates, come to find out. It's called aggression. No, wait. It's called something displacement, where you hand down, like somebody punches you in the arm, but you can't punch them back because they're bigger than you. You wait till somebody smaller than you comes along and you punch them in the arm. So, that's a very common thing with us primates. My wife, I'm not a grammar Nazi, but knowing the difference between there, and there, or two, and two is something that children learn in middle school. She's doing it. She's doing it right there in that moment. She's getting that out like, I'm not a grammar Nazi, but you should know it. And if you don't, I'm going to let you know about it. If you don't, then I'm going to let you know that you're dumber than a child. And by the way, I am not teeing off on her or anybody else. It's just a thing, and it's in a lot of people. Like you just said, Sam, even you in that moment, it bothers you, but you resist the urge to correct that person on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Every time or most of the time?
I really don't ever correct anybody.
Good.
It's
That's
not worth
good
it.
to hear. All right, that's good to hear. So Farmer Bill brings up something very important, ladies and gentlemen. Today is National Puppy Day.
Speaking of which, I need to get a good photo of the dogs for an Instagram post.
Oh, and they've moved out of frame.
Oh, no.
There we go. Oh, no. They're back in frame now.
Or I really like, there's one on the dog's Instagram. You can follow it at the Wake.Pups on Instagram. And there's a great photo on there that I might steal for our Bake More Pies puppy post if it's okay with you and Lauren.
Oh, yeah, by all means. Oh, and there we go again. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Focus.
Oh, look at them.
Go back to the dogs.
So cute.
Maybe let's try this.
Little puppies. I just want to thank everyone who has dogs and all the dogs out there for making National Puppy Day a thing.
National Puppy Day. Let's try this again. I like this shot better. You know what it is? We'll have to talk to Cords. And because these...
I don't know if he wants to talk to you right now.
Yeah, not today. But yeah, talk to him about some of these cameras in here. See, I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out. I don't correct them, just feel for them. That's awesome. I don't correct them, just feel for them. That they've gone down their whole lives without learning something so very basic. That's too funny. Hey Maria, hey Judy, welcome. How are you guys doing? It's National Puppy Day, and like Sam just said, if you follow, Instagram accounts and Facebook pages of dogs and cats and other adorable things. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, Roxy and Joey have their own Instagram.
Yes.
Yep. It is the. I'll be able to pull up. Oh, I can do this. I think I have one in my folder here. Well, all I'm going to do is just pull up something I screenshotted this morning. There we go. Yeah, let's do this. So there you go. There's their new Instagram page.
Oh.
The Wake.Pups.
Can I take that photo?
Sure.
And use it? Oh,
Sure.
yes, that's a perfect one.
The Wake.Pups and I think we've only got a handful of pictures up there right now.
It's a great one.
And that's the one that my wife posted. Today is National Puppy Day. This day was created to celebrate the magic and unconditional love that puppies bring to our lives, and is also a day to bring awareness to the need of care of and homes for orphaned pups, as well as to educate people about the horrors of puppy mills across the country. Anybody ever get a dog from a puppy mill? You might not have known you did. I have a feeling that Roxy came from a puppy mill because my friend James, who I got her from a flea market in Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have a feeling but who knows? Joey's got some very, you can tell issues that go way, way, way back to a weaning, and so who knows where he came from either. But we didn't buy them.
But now
I'm trying
here.
to justify.
It's
right.
okay.
That's right.
Look at them. They're laying on a really comfy couch now.
That's right. You guys are GD internet stars.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even appreciate it, do you? Stinking kids.
Yeah.
Just like all kids. I'm just teasing.
Joey's a teenager.
It's also Ravenclaw Pride Day today. Is that from Harry Potter? Or is Ravenclaw another thing? It is also Ravenclaw Pride Day today.
Ravenclaw is from Harry Potter, I believe.
Well, I know that it's in Harry Potter. But
yeah, but like I think it's that's what it's relating to. Yeah.
Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Slytherin. Can you name the last one? The fourth house?
Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff.
I have never seen or read Harry Potter, but I do know that. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want. I just like.
It's okay. Hold on. I just need a second.
I know. I know that it's a great. Like, I'm not saying it because I think it's bad. I just not my thing right now.
No, I hate when people do that to me. How you haven't seen blah blah blah? It's a classic.
Yeah, I get kind of turned off when there's like a huge hype around something. I kind of have to come into it on my own. But right. I do see that it has a good following.
For me, I came into.
I'm sorry, Lauren.
Sam is fired.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that it's bad. I promise. I just haven't seen it.
I came into Harry Potter, and I know that some of you already know this. I came into thanks to my mom, actually. I was just coming out of Anne Rice and a bunch of vampire books. I'd gone through. Let's see if I can remember them. It was Interview with a Vampire. Oh, I didn't read that one. That was the movie. Then I read Queen of the Damned. Something Lestat. The Vampire Lestat, was that the... Well, see, I can't even remember now. Tale of a Body Thief was another, and then you started reading individual books from other vampires in the series. So I think there was like 6 or 7 that I ran through in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then, Harry Potter was becoming a buzz. You know, it was already huge, but not, say, as mainstream as it became as we got into the mid-2000s. You know, it was my mom. She's like, oh, I think she got it for me for my birthday or something like that. And at first I was like, man, I don't know about this. Seems like a kid's book. But within a matter of pages, I was in. I was Harry Potter underneath the stairs, finding out that, not only am I, not an orphan that belongs under the stairs, but, I'm also a special wizard. I don't know. Somehow it appealed to me at 30-something years old at the time. All right. On this day, Sam, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, wait. Before we move on, because I'm going to forget. And I do apologize. I shouldn't apologize as much as I do. And I apologize for that, but that's kind of that's my nature. But there was a video that I wanted to play for you guys a couple of days ago that I forgot to. Our boy Chris McCarty is in Hawaii right now with some friends and family, and he will be back next week. But he sent me a video. But the thing is that I haven't watched it myself personally yet. But I think he wanted me to play this on the show, so we're going to watch it together. And here we go. Let's do this.
Administration strongly opposes.
Okay.
The vote comes
all right.
Hold
on. It seems like I got some stuff open that needs to be silenced. Let's see. Mute this site.
Supporters of the bipartisan Senate resolution, which has the backing of conservative Senator Mike Lee.
There we go. Thank you so much. Now let's bring up Chris.
Okay, so we're in Hawaii.
Hawaii Licky.
Hawaii Licky. This is my brother's baby. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, so
Why
Chris.
did you say this is my brother's baby?
Because your dad was my soul brother and best friend.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We're gonna let the people know. So Chris, everybody back in Florida, Wake.Show. Obviously we're here.
With your Linda. That's your head.
You see what's going on. I miss you guys. Hope you're well. All the way from Hawaii. This is Amora. Say hi, Amora.
Hi, Amora.
See? Genius. We hope you guys are well in Florida while we are kicking it in Hawaii. Deuces.
Aww.
So that was Chris.
That was cute.
Yeah, earlier in the week. The reason that he went out there is not the most positive of reasons, but his soul brother that he was talking about passed away in a motorcycle accident, and so he went out there to be with his family during a sensitive time. And he'll be back next week. I'm looking forward to have him back. I've never been to Hawaii.
Me either.
My nieces are going to Hawaii this summer. My nieces are going to Paris.
Ooh.
Hawaii, and London.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I've never been to, any one of those. But it is so cool because, within one generation, how things have changed, growing up. Our vacations were to go see the grandparent, to drive to New York, to go spend,
I'm going to Colombia in about a month.
Good for you. Holy smokes. Colombia. Yeah. What's taking you to Colombia? You going down to run some drugs? Sorry for being stereotypical. That was rude. That was very rude.
No, because that'll get me killed.
And I apologize to my dear friend Johnny Torres for making that joke. So that was very racial.
No, my boyfriend is graduating from USF and we're going on a graduation trip.
Is he Colombian, or are you just picking an exotic destination?
Yeah, he took Spanish for 6 years, so he wants to go somewhere where he can speak Spanish.
Oh, right on. Good for you guys.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, but it's I think about our. By the way, no regrets. It's awesome. I just love the way things work out like this. Well, I'm not looking back at my childhood feeling like I missed out on anything. Let me just say that. I'm so happy that, our experiences growing up were on a farm, a 1,000-acre farm in western New York, where we could just roam and be kids when we were growing up. Yeah, we got ourselves, and there were some near-death situations, but that's awesome to me anyway. That's a part of growing up. But so I've got nieces now who are they're 6 and 8 or something like that. They've already traveled. They're
going on a family vacation.
Oh yeah, this is all family stuff.
My family didn't go on. We've been to New York, and that was our family vacation. So now that I'm old enough to be able to travel by myself, this is me trying to overcompensate for not being able to travel when I was younger.
No, that is awesome. I did something similar in my 30s. Did I ever tell you in my 30s? I turned a different birthday, or I had a different birthday every single year in my 30s in a town that I'd never been in.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I turned 30 in New Orleans, 31 in New York, 32 in LA, 33 in Chicago, then Vegas. Denver was in there. Nashville was in there. Hilton Head, North Carolina. Toronto was 39. And I might be missing one somewhere in there, but yeah,
that's awesome.
I didn't want to even finish it out. As I got to 39, I was in a place, I had other things going on, and I was going to go by myself. And as a matter of fact, I even asked a girl to go with me because my 39th birthday, I decided to go to Toronto, and that was going to be my last one. And it was the first time that I was going to be out of country. I know that it's only, Canada, but still, it was still out of country.
Yeah.
And so I asked Lauren to go with me, and we weren't even dating yet. And I wasn't even trying to be shifty or anything like that. Like, hey, what do you think? I'll pay
Canada?
for it. I guess I don't remember. I guess I'd already. I don't know. I guess I'd already started to have a thing for her, else I wouldn't ask her to go. But she said she was a good girl. She's like, no.
She said no.
She said she regrets it though.
That's
because
funny.
I ended up with free tickets to Foo Fighters and seeing them, and she's never seen them. So looking back, and now that we're married, she regrets it. But she made the right call.
Yeah. If you guys weren't dating, then she was probably like, this guy wants to take me to a different country.
Right. So talk about get somebody out of their comfort zone.
But it all worked out.
It did. All right, you guys ready for a little? I know, honey, I know. So, Ravenclaws represent which house? Oh, I can even ask you that. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what house I am. I'm not the one with the snake on it, I don't think. That's Slytherin, right?
Right, Slytherin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the one that Voldemort's in, right?
Yeah. And Draco Malfoy.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
How do you know Draco?
Because I'm not living under a rock. I know who they are.
Okay. You know some of the characters then.
Yeah. I know the one with the beard.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, Dumbledore. Yeah, come on.
All right. I'm not going to bust your chops for not knowing Harry Potter references. If anything, you, the young millennial, should be busting my 45-year-old ass for knowing all this stuff, since I've never had children, never been married. And
yeah, but Harry Potter's not just for kids.
Thank you very much. You ready for some On This Day, now that we're almost done with the show?
Yes.
That's awesome. Then we don't have to cover really any of the horrible stuff that was in the news today. I like this.
I think the spelling bee took it over.
Yeah, good job on that. Great job on that. I like the way you think. So on this day, One of the reasons why we do On This Day. Oh, by the way, don't forget, Sam, you need Sam's quote of the day as well. Sam's
I'll give it at the end. I'll give it after this.
But one of the reasons that we do On This Day is because it's, I'll tell you why. It's because I feel like it gives us perspective. When you go through some of the things on this day, before you start talking about the news of today, it helps stretch out your brain, put things on a timeline, and then I think sometimes even helps with the news of today, because you'll remember that, or you'll realize that today's news that seems like it's going to affect you or make you angry or set you off one way or another, one day will be this On This Day in history, and you'll have a completely different perspective of whatever's happening today. Does that make any sense? Probably not. All right, so I'm very excited that the headline today, coming from history.com, this is where we source this stuff, is today, on this day in 1839, OK enters the national vernacular. OK. Now, let's find out how OK came to be. Does anybody already know? Do you already know? I don't know. OK.
I know what it stands for, but...
Oklahoma?
No. Oh, correct.
Who?
It says it there too, but it stands for like a weird way of saying all correct.
Did you know that before you looked at it?
I did know that, actually. No, I did.
You're just trying to sound smart.
No, I promise you I knew that, but I don't know anything else about it. You can't quiz me about anything else.
On this day in 1839, the initials OK were first published in the Boston Morning Post, meant as an abbreviation for all correct, a popular slang misspelling of all correct at the time. OK steadily made its way into the everyday speech of Americans. Well, that's interesting. So it started off as, it's funny that you even bring up the spelling bee today, and this is what we go into because OK comes from ignorance. It comes for a lack of understanding. So at the time, we're trying to get everybody to say all correct, but there's too many people have lazy mouth in 1839. They're coming from different parts of the world. All correct, OLLKORRECT, a popular slang misspelling for all correct at the time. So maybe some of the words that Cord misspelled today are going to pop. Maybe. He thinks he's over there going 0 for 5, and maybe one of those words pops and he starts something new.
No, he got 1 for 6.
And then this day, 1 for 6.
Yeah, because he got the last one.
All right. There's an asterisk there now. See, there was another one that I just learned recently. There is an asterisk. Asterisk, not asterisk. Asterisk.
It's spelled guard.
G-U-A-R-D.
Gotcha. Okay. There you go.
I'm getting more and more confident with that one. 'Cause I don't know why. I don't know why that's always been an issue with me. During the late 1830s, it was a favorite practice among younger, educated circles to misspell. What? Hold on a second. During the late 1830s, it was a favorite practice among younger, educated circles to misspell words intentionally, then abbreviate them and use them as slang when talking to one another. Just as teenagers do today, they have their own slang based on distortions of common words, such as cool for cool or DZ for these. The in crowd of the 1830s had a whole host of slang terms they abbreviated. Popular abbreviations included KY for no use. How popular was this stuff? Or was this just like a handful of kids in one part of the country?
I've never seen DZ for these in this time period.
Right. I've seen
cool, I guess.
Right. KY for no use, because they spelled it wrong. KG for no go, and OW for all right.
That one's the only one that kind of, I guess, makes sense.
None of them make sense. It's coming from the 1830s. All right, what's up next on... Patrick Henry voices American opposition to British policy on this day in 1775. Craig Breedlove, land speed record holder, born on this day in 1937.
James Cameron's Titanic wins 11 Academy Awards.
On this day in 1998. Elizabeth Taylor died on this day in 2011. She was 79. I think if you were to ask... There we go again. I think if you were to ask me, I would have said that she was still alive.
Elizabeth Taylor?
Yeah. I think I would have messed that one up.
It's okay. That was pretty recent.
There
U.S. plane shot down over Laos in the Vietnam War.
Laos.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, look. There's stuff that I don't know.
And look, I corrected you.
I always thought it was Laos. Huh.
It is Laos.
Huh. The more you know.
Yep. One of the first American casualties in Southeast Asia, an intelligence gathering plane en route, or is it en route?
I say en route, but I'm sure both are fine.
En route from Laos to Saigon is shot down over the plain of Jars in central Laos. The mission was flown in an attempt to determine the extent of the Soviet support being provided to the communist Pathet Lao guerrillas, which I might not be saying that right, in Laos. All right. There's a little knowledge on Vietnam. I feel bad that I don't know enough about Vietnam. You know, every day that you and I go through this, Sam, we learn something new coming out of the time of slavery. You know, the Civil War, pre-Civil War. But I'm going to say I'm ashamed. I don't like that I don't know enough about Vietnam, because Vietnam, I'm born with Vietnam still going on, and this is something like, say, my uncles in that generation. Is very prevalent. A lot of them served, and I feel like my ignorance in the category of Vietnam does myself a disservice. You know, talking about putting things in perspective day in and day out. I think if I had a better grasp of probably what was going on in this right before the decade before I was going, just the 60s in general, from Vietnam to civil rights and everything in between.
But that's why you read stuff like this, so you can educate yourself.
Thank you.
You're not expected to know
Sam.
everything.
I'll stop beating myself up.
Yeah, it's all right, man.
Back to it.
Okay, we have 2 minutes from 12:12.
All right, and I don't have anything. We're done with on this day. I think we.
Do you want me to give you the quote real quick?
Yes, and so now Sam's inspirational quote of the day.
All right. So, the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today.
The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. Love it. Who said? Is that? Wait, hold on. Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Modern.
I don't even know who this is, so I'm not sure.
We're gonna go with. I have no idea.
H. Jackson Brown Jr.
Oh no, I have no idea.
I don't know. This is an American author, so I don't know.
Some of the stories that I did have that we can just run through real quickly. Time Magazine. 5 of the kids from Parkland are on the cover of Time Magazine here, as that continues to heat up in America. And
the march is happening soon. The March for Our Lives that day is happening soon.
Is that today or is it tomorrow?
I thought it was tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow.
Right? That'll be happening all around the country. Very interesting times there. The Mr. Rogers stamp goes on sales today. Mr. Rogers. That just looks crazy.
It's a little weird.
I feel bad because that looks so...
He looks like he's a wax figure. Like, he doesn't look like a real person.
Well, not the guy on the left. That's the king. He's a puppet.
I was talking about him.
Oh, my bad.
I know that that's a puppet.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. No, Mr. Rogers looks like a wax figure.
Did you grow up on Mr. Rogers?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
What about PBS? Did you do Sesame Street?
I liked PBS.
All right. Get some of that. Stormy Daniels' lawyer posts photo of mysterious disc. So I don't know if you guys seen this yet today. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then how many words is this worth? What is on the disc? What is on the disc? As they still fight to try to get this back in focus. Oh, I wonder if it's when I start tinkering with stuff on the screen, if it starts to try to bring into focus stuff that's on the screen behind me too.
Oh, maybe. That could be it.
There you go. That sends you to the weekend with a little bit of a heart attack. 50 million Facebook users. That story continues. The largest breach in social media history allegedly stole Facebook users' account information, and it was used against them. Cambridge Analytica paid 270,000 account holders to take a personality test, then used that data to steal every account holder's friend's information. And it looks like you had, from what I'm reading, people on both sides, parties taking advantage of this. But we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of road left to play here. And also, Zuckerberg says he apologizes, and I don't know, he's going to do something about it. We'll see how this plays out. Out of control. Oh, a space station will be careening towards Earth this weekend. Will be hitting Earth, and we're not exactly sure where. So place your bets. Place your bets. Go play the lottery. And the person, if you win the lottery and get in the satellite, it's a Chinese satellite, by the way. I don't know if that makes a difference to you or not, but it's a Chinese satellite that will be that is entering orbit, and it is getting sucked right down to the Earth, and it is going to crash this weekend, according to this. And then lastly, let me show you this. I'm working on some logos, and so I still have to tinker with this a little bit, but it's getting there. What do you think? Here's the On This Day logo that I'm working on. What do you think about that? So before we get into On This Day, put a little sound effect behind that thing, pop it up on the old screen there, and we look fancy. Fancy AF. Thank you so much for being here today. Or this day, way back in 1980, J.R. Ewing was shot on the show Dallas. The more you know. I do remember that. That was a show that was, I didn't watch the show, but I think that was one my parents watched. And there we go. Thank you, Walt. Nice to see you on the feed. Thank you so much for being part of the Wake.Show this weekend. No gigs. Got a wedding tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Got date night tonight with my wife. We are going to, Carinos. I forget where we're going tonight, but I'm very excited about having some date time with my wife. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday morning, 11:11, right here at the Wake.Show. Bye.